On top of spaghetti, all covered with cheese, I lost my poor meatball when somebody sneezed. It rolled off the table and onto the floor, and then my poor meatball rolled out the door. If you're like me, you're probably quite confused. Allow me to add some context. When I was making this recipe, my wife burst out singing that song. My face must have given something away because my wife stared at me dumbfounded. "You've never heard that song before?" she asked. Nobody has, because that's definitely not a thing, was my immediate response. Turns out it is. Those are the lyrics to a children's nursery rhyme. But this whole thing got me thinking. As people, our focus tends to be on the things that we do know. But what about the things that we don't? This led me down a few various rabbit holes on Wikipedia, but ultimately I landed on something that I don't think I was supposed to find. The story begins on July 30th, 1975. The day hadn't started off odd, generally speaking. It felt just like all the other Wednesdays that had come before it. James climbed out of bed, popped into the shower, and then sat down for a light breakfast. He made quick work of the eggs and toast, and then pulled a cigarette from his pocket. He was taking a long drag when his wife Josie stepped into the kitchen. "I don't understand why you insist on ruining a perfectly good breakfast with those things," she said. He smiled, smoke oozing out of his nose. "Makes it taste better." "Makes it taste burnt, you mean?" He shrugged. "If you say so." Josie hated the stench of cigarette smoke in the morning, but she'd long given up the hopes that James would ever quit the things. "Anything exciting planned for today?" she asked. James took another drag on the cigarette. "Exciting? No, just business. I have that old thing with Jackaloni later today." "I really wish you—" "Josie, we've been over this. I'm going. I can't back down now. What would the boys think if I did that, huh? What about your wife or your children? Don't we count for something?" "Don't say stuff like that. Of course you matter, but don't you see? This is our way back to how things were before. None of that matters anymore. Time's the only thing I care about now. And you'll get plenty of that once this is over. Look, I'll tell you what. How about once I wrap things up with Jackaloni, I fire up the grill, huh? Looks like the weather's going to be great for it today. How does that sound?" "There's no talking you out of this?" she asked. "You know that I have a reputation to protect here." I know, it's just Josie, okay? It's gonna be fine, I promise." There wasn't anything James could say that was going to prevent her from worrying, but Josie recognized a pointless conversation when it was staring her in the face. "Well, I guess a girl will settle for a steak then." James smiled. "There's the ticket." Just a regular old Wednesday. On paper, anyway. But it reminds me of something that Stephen King wrote. You never know where the trapdoors are in life, do you? As for James, he'd already fallen. He just didn't know it yet. James shoved the payphone booth door closed, muttering to himself. He snatched the phone from the hook and then dialed his wife. "Hello?" "Josie, it's me." "Oh, hey, how'd it go?" "The bastard stood me up. Can you believe it? The nerve of this guy." Josie sighed with relief. "I'm just glad you're okay. Come home. The steaks are thawed and ready for the grill." "Yeah, okay. I'm clearly wasting my time here anyway. That's for damn sure. I'll see." James trailed off. "James, are you still there?" "Yeah, sorry. Chucky just pulled up. I'm going to talk with him a second and then I'll be home. See you soon, okay?" Josie began, but the line had already gone dead. Now, this is the part of the story that gets interesting and to this day has yet to be solved. Until now, that is, but I'll get to that in a moment. James, or Jimmy to those who knew him best, was reportedly seen climbing into the back of a maroon Mercury Marquis. This may seem like a minor detail, but that was the last time that anybody saw Jimmy Hoffa alive. There's been a lot of speculation in regards to what happened, but the general overall consensus is that Jimmy died that day. It's the how and where that people still ponder over. You may have noticed that it's been a while since I posted a video, and that's because I've been doing a lot of research surrounding what happened that day. It took a lot of work, but I think I finally solved the mystery that has spanned nearly 5 decades. Jimmy Hoffa was indeed murdered, and yes, it was in cold blood as many have speculated. However, nobody has gotten close to the actual killer. Who murdered Jimmy Hoffa, you ask? Easy. It was the butler with a candlestick. Now that the mystery has come to a close, many of you may be asking what any of this has to do with spaghetti. To you, I will say this. I have no fucking idea. However, the truth remains. Life is an obstacle course. We don't know what's lurking around the corner. I guess what I'm saying is that everybody's got to eat along the way, and don't we all deserve to have good spaghetti? I like to think so. And this spaghetti? Well, it'd be a crime to not try it for yourself. I mean, come on. Would I lie to you?